Well, hey, Good Shepherd and friends, Rev Graf coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube. I was going to walk you around the sanctuary today. I've had some conversations with some people. They ask about, how we do our live streaming and such, and we've even had a very generous donation that we've got a new camera not a new camera, new to us camera and tripod coming our way when they heard about just how high technologically advanced we are. So I just finished midday prayer, and that's where we sit to do that. Today I was joined by Maddie, and just to show you our little setup here. So that's a little USB microphone that goes into a laptop, and we're using simply the webcam right there. Nothing snazzy or fancy about that. The fanciest thing probably is the laptop and the software we're using. We're using something called vMix, which is very intuitive. We've got it free for 60 days. That's about to run out, and we'll have to buy the license for it, I guess. So we'll have to come up with some money for that. Normally on Sunday morning, what's happening is about right here. So what is that? I get to walk as far as, I think my sexton told me I can go up as far as the second row before my head gets chopped off. So right about here, there'll be a ladder, which is one of our fancy tripods. It's out of the way now. But there it is. That's the ladder, and that right there, a little bit of duct tape. That's not even duct tape. That is packing tape holding a webcam, yeah, a little cheap webcam that's being shimmied by some prayer cards. That's how we broadcast from one of our cameras on Sunday morning, and then the other camera is over here, and we don't know much about cameras, unfortunately. This is kind of funny. You see, we got a tripod, and it's kind of being propped up on a pew, and in the hymnal holder, and on there is a little camera that we got very recently, very inexpensive. And unfortunately, we thought because the camera had zoom abilities that we could zoom in and get a closer shot of the altar during Holy Eucharist and such. But it turns out with this little cheap camera that function doesn't work when you're using it to live stream. And so it's got a very specific function on it that you got to set it to for the signal to go live stream through the USB into the computer back here in the media booth. That's our sound board, our amps and such, and that's the computer that runs in the media booth, which also runs vMix, the same software I was just using on the laptop. So I know that's kind of on the geekier side, but I do have some friends in and out of the church. You can see kind of a mess of an extension cord too to run that laptop for prayer today. But I do have some geeky friends who like all this tech stuff, and so I thought I would share it with you. Just take a couple of minutes to give you an idea. That's me. How about that? Give you an idea of what our technology setup here is at Good Shepherd Church. So that's it. Rev Graf, wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings.